Ahoy! Captain Benzie here, coming at you with an intel report. In this series, I take every unit in the Command & Conquer Rivals arsenal out for a test drive until the wheels fall off, and then tell you how not to do that. Or how to, depending on which side of the battlefield the unit's on. These videos are currently not monetized, so if you do fancy showing me a little bit of love, there's a link to the digital tip jar below. Hitting the like button also really helps me, and if you want to stay on top of your Rivals gameplay, I'd recommend slamming that subscribe button and ringing the bell like your Quasimodo. Today we're looking at the GDI MLRS. One of the oldest designs in the GDI arsenal, the M270 multiple launch rocket system, is a long-range artillery system that delivers a barrage of unguided rockets to the enemy position. The MLRS requires some deployment time before firing. Careful positioning is therefore recommended. Built out of the GDI War Factory, the MLRS is a relatively slow-moving, fragile unit that packs a punch with careful use. If you can get it into position, it'll deliver a punishing salvo of rockets at any enemy ground units within a 2-tile range. These salvos hit hard, and the MLRS will crack holes in all but the heaviest vehicles to approach. The MLRS does take a few moments to reload between each salvo, and this is your chance to sneak in and destroy it. But nothing in life is ever that simple. Sure, tanks and other anti-vehicle units will reduce it to smouldering scrap faster than you can blink if it's left unprotected, but it's rare that you'll get that opportunity once it's dug in. A smart commander will have blocking units like war dogs or rhinos to stop counters approaching the MLRS while it reloads. These rockets then fire over the blocking unit and rain the pain on whatever unit mistakenly fancied its chances. This means that ultimately the MLRS is best countered by enemy air units. Orcas and Banshees may be your best bet at shifting one of these units if your opponent has ground units blocking for it. And if you're running an MLRS, you'll need to plan for this eventuality. If you're not running air units, your best bet is anti-vehicle infantry like laser squads or jump jet troopers, as MLRS units don't do much damage to infantry. Or nod laser drones as MLRS can't hit air. If it's you running the MLRS, you'll be wanting to provide some form of protection against these threats. So how do you run these long-range pain delivery systems in your own deck? Well, the deck on screen now was popularized during the Command & Conquer Rivals launch event, with variations run by Blade and Alicia Destiny. And it's a War Factory opener, so you start with War Dogs for scouting. Should you encounter riflemen or militants, War Dogs can engage. Lasers or missile squads will require 2 dogs to deal with, and this will likely draw your opponent into spamming these units. This is when your economic advantage can be used to switch to your barracks for shockwave troopers. If your opponent has opened with vehicles, you can either switch to barracks for JJTs, or you can stick with the War Factory for pit bulls, or your MLRS depending on the nature of the threat and how safe it is. Pit bulls, of course, are your early anti-aircraft option, but their main use will be for harassment and for light vehicle destruction. For more dedicated anti-air support, hammerheads are your go-to answer. Talons can also fill this role, should your hammerheads not quite be up to scratch. The aim here is to use your war dogs to keep threats away from your MLRS whilst they set up. You'll need to identify the best positions on each map to get the best out of these 2-range units, but look for spots that are easy to defend and can cover multiple pads or approaches. Once set up, your barracks units help to support them. Shockwaves will protect them from lasers, JJTs, and other anti-vehicle infantry. JJTs will assist in holding back a concerted vehicle push where the MLRS will not be sufficient alone. Hammerheads then of course keep back Banshees and Orcas. For a commander, your 2 best options are Strongarm and Jackson. Jackson can assist you with awkward counters, or by boosting an MLRS to get it into position faster, but Strongarm's turret is great to help defend your MLRS and to provide blocking to help protect them whilst they get dug in. With your MLRS holding the pads, you should have no trouble securing the launches, as long as you can defend them well enough. I hope that's helpful. Be sure to check out my other intel reports if you're struggling against certain units, or looking for tips as to how to best apply a new unit in your deck. Also check out my Acting on Instinct series with analysis of game mechanics and solid advice on how to get ahead in Rivals. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe to be up to date and ahead of the game. Happy sailing, and see you on the battlefield!